trust me, come with a real hip in the front seat. Get my meals, I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. He's going by Spinmo Rex.
Hi.
Young Chris, Nick Kohloff. I'm sorry, that threw me.
Let's go.
Right. We got the Rod in the building as well. Intern in training.
Shout out.
Yeah, take over Chris's job. And I mean today.
Elijah have mercy. Pack this season up, boys.
Does it feel that way to you?
No.
I'm not gonna lie. Today's been a weird day. It felt like someone died.
Yeah, it feels like my uncle died or something.
It does, but oddly enough, I don't feel that way about the season still.
No.
I mean, the more I allow myself to think about it.
The Eagles literally just won a Super Bowl after their all-pro center retired.
Yeah, but come on, bro. That's not the same scenario. We got it all. They got 2 top 10 tackles on that team.
We don't have one of the best rosters in football?
They have 2 top 10 tackles on that team. When their all-pro center retires, they got some leniency. Also, they picked up Mekhi Becton, who played phenomenal for them at left guard. Mm-hmm. And the kid who was training for center behind Kelsey had been there for a minute.
Yeah.
Our guy, unless it ends up being Graham.
It's going to be Graham.
I expect so, too. It's his first year. Yeah. And he never played center. It's a little different scenario than what the Eagles had going on.
I think it's going to be Graham Glasgow. I would be extremely surprised if Tate Ratledge made his first NFL start at center. Yeah, it sucks losing Frank. You know, there's no replacing that. He's one of the best centers in the league. Is the season over and they're not doing anything? No, I still expect them to go and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But that sucks.
Not good.
Not good. Not great.
It's definitely not good.
Definitely not good, but this makes sense now, you know, why they drafted 3 interior offensive linemen in the past 2 seasons. That makes sense. So,
yeah, this has been on the table for a minute now. Like, Frank's talked about this openly for like the past 2 years.
We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Everybody, I remember,
it was gonna happen
I remember the pod guys or whoever, when we posted a video about it, they freaked out. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. Like, come on, guys. It was the writing was on the wall. The guy had 3 toes. He was going through surgeries mid-season while not missing any games. He was having half of his pec ripped off of his chest. Like, the guy was battered, man. And he did what's best for him. And shout out to Frank Ragnow. He's the man. He's the best center in the history of the Detroit Lions. He should be a Hall of Famer. The guy is...
I think he'll get a gold jacket.
The guy is a monster, man, and he put it all out there, dude. Absolute warrior. He is going to be missed. That is not something you can just replace very easily, especially this late into the year. But
yeah,
you got to. Next man up. That's what's going to happen. And I have faith in Brad Holmes' track record of drafting players that come in here, start, and have success right away. And I believe that the trio of the interior offensive line is going to be Christian Mahogany, Graham Glasgow at center, and Tate Ratledge. And I believe they're going to have a lot of success.
Yeah, so. We did the video on the other channel and saw a couple of you there like let Brad cook, but he did cook.
He did cook. He already cooked.
He was prepped for this. Miles Frazier, Tate Ratledge, Mahogany played guard, but like he did cook.
Tate Ratledge and Miles Frazier were 2 of the top 4 interior offensive linemen in the draft, and he got both of them. So, like, yeah, they were prepping for this.
Yeah.
They knew that this was going to happen. I think we all knew this was going to happen, but we thought we'd get at least another year out of him.
Dan Campbell said he's spoken to both he and Anzalone, so I'm assuming they for sure knew. Brad openly talked about Frank's retirement too. He was well aware as well. Tate Ratledge, immediately from rookie camp, has been playing center.
Yes.
They knew. There's no shock or no surprise. It's a lot different from, I think, Sean Belize, when they brought it up, when I tapped in recently, was when Sue left.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, what do we do now? Like, that was a bad
because they didn't
regime.
have
that was a bad front office. They had no contingency behind that. This front office isn't that, and that's why we have a contingency ready. And although it may not be Tate Ratledge day one, you still have Graham Glasgow. And by the way, and we'll maybe talk about this a little bit later, $9.2 million in savings in the cap as well. But we'll get into that throughout the rest of the show. Nick, what was your initial reaction to Frank Ragnow retiring?
Felt like a dagger to the heart. I think that was everybody's reaction in Detroit. We knew it was coming, but we didn't want it to be this soon. And I also think, I feel bad for Frank Kinda, because I wanted him to get a chance to get this Super Bowl ultimately. That hurts as well. Like, I feel bad for Frank. Like, I don't judge him at all for doing this.
That's what when
he was such a good Lion. I mean, pro after all pro. Like, he's a dog. He's gonna be missed.
As crazy, like Frank has been there for this team throughout the bad, throughout the good, and both for the good of the team, the bad of the team, and the good and bad of himself. He has an inoperable foot.
That was the thing.
You cannot do any more surgeries on that. He had the back injury, the knee injury, the MCL in season, the torn pec in season. He came back from a week. He played a fucking game against the Green Bay Packers with a fractured throat.
Yes.
Only you golf gobblers would know about that. Like, it's insane the stuff that he played through.
Yeah.
And it's up to a point where, like, we're winning games. With the opportunity to win a Super Bowl. It was never about the money. So a lot of people that disrespected him not being present for voluntary workouts was never about the money for Frank. He's a top 5 contract at the position. It was about his body.
Yeah.
He can't play anymore.
No, he can't. And Elijah Have Mercy says, it was fun while it lasted. Goff exposure tour.
I don't know why it's a sweet name.
Elijah Have Mercy?
Yeah, it just sounds like Have Mercy.
Yeah, I mean, this absolutely sucks. And like you said it, all the things that he had like reconstructive surgery on his MCL in season and didn't miss any time because of it. It was like the guy is a fucking freak, man.
Yeah.
The toughest dude on the team. He will absolutely be missed, but go fishing all summer, man. Catch some fucking hogs, Frank. You deserve it. That is Nick. That's what I boiled down to was, losing, arguably the best center in the NFL hurts. But the wheels move on, and the machine doesn't stop, and you're going to have to find a way to replace that. And Brad Holmes has shown he's been able to do that. So I'm not too freaking out about it, but I was sad that Frank is losing the opportunity to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's like when this Lions team wins a Super Bowl, which I do believe they will, and I still do believe they will. Frank Ragnow is not going to be the center for that team, and that's what hurts me the most. Because, like you said, he's been here through the ugliest periods of modern Lions history, obviously, outside of the 0-16 team. And he's been here through the highest highs of the franchise's history.
Yeah.
And he's been a core part of that the entire time. And like you said, all of the injuries that he's withstood and played through, it sucks, man.
It's one of the first extensions Brad Holmes made when he came here to Detroit. Mm-hmm. And obviously, we know by now they only sign a certain type of person. Not that you have to be sold on the type of person that Frank was. He was a fucking Iron Man.
Yep.
And it just sucks, like you said. He gets to reap the fruits of his labor in retirement, but I wish he got to, I guess, enjoy the fruits of his labor via career as a Super Bowl champion.
And we all knew that this was going to happen. Like, if you thought Frank Ragnow was going to play 5 more years in the NFL, you were delusional. We thought we'd get an extra year out of him at the least, but he made the decision that's best for him and his health and his family.
Yeah.
And congratulations to him on a Hall of Fame worthy career. So it sucks, but next man up is what it is. That's what it is with these guys. That's what it always has been. And I fully understand. I fully expect. I think Tate Ratledge is going to be the center of the future.
For sure.
I don't think it's going to start the season as him playing center because this is a very complex scheme, a complex run design.
Yeah.
So I do think they start with Graham playing center, but I think eventually it's going to be Tate Ratledge, Christian Mahogany, and Miles Frazier as your interior offensive line.
Center is the brain trust of your offensive line. Like, you can't have a rookie who hasn't played and been asked to call out protections and blocks and slides and schemes, do that in his first year. Like, it's probably for sure going to be Graham Glasgow. But the reason why he's seeing these first team reps is because he's the one that needs the most practice in it. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he does another job of pure talent. Hank Frady's come out and straight up said I think he's going to be a great center.
We're kind of he's
before any of this stuff.
I think he's going to be a great center, and we're seeing the change of the old guard, like Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker. These are the last remaining guys from the previous regime.
Yeah. And
so they weren't going to last forever. And I know Frank's only 29, but we know that his body is 37.
40, yeah.
So Frank and Taylor are guys that they're eventually going to have to replace. We knew that. They were the veterans coming in. That's why you got Manu and these other interior offensive linemen to do that. So it sucks, but you need the young guys to step up. And Brad Holmes' track record says they will to an extremely high level.
Yeah, I mean, and one more point to that too. Like, I don't think Frank should be subject to any criticism.
No. If you're criticizing Frank Ragnow, you're a loser.
Because it's not even based on it. Like, it's like baseless. Like, people saying, "Oh, you could have done this before the draft." Like, once more, they knew it was coming.
Yes.
That's why you have Tate Ratledge. That's why you have Miles Frazier. It's why they've been playing center since they came in for rookie camp. I mean, obviously not so much Miles Frazier. I thought that'd be the guy for sure to do it because he's played damn near every position. But yeah, it's looking like Tate Ratledge, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like you're gonna replace who ranked as the second best center in the league last year and was the number one center in the league the prior year. Like, I can't pretend like you're just gonna snap and replace that. It's definitely gonna cause some damage at certain points, and I think specifically back to that Packers game on Thanksgiving when Glasgow was in there. Remember the pinky fumble, and Goff was just not himself. He was easily rattled. And that's the type of situation you're praying doesn't happen. With Graham in there, I feel a little bit better, but it depends on what last year was. Was that a decline in his skill set and athleticism and his body, or is that just a banged-up season for him?
I think it's a little both, and it sucks, but like you said, it's something that all teams are going to go through, and you got to replace him. Tom Izzo in the Woodward Sports Chat, the GOAT. He says, it's a sad day here. I want both of you to say one nice thing about each other. Smiles, babes. It's going to be okay. Easy, I like your shirt.
Thanks. I like your shirt.
Thanks.
I like your mustache.
Thanks. I like your guy. But, yeah, it sucks. But the team was ready for it. The team was prepared for it.
I have a list of injuries. You want them?
Yeah, let's hear them all.
2021 to 2025, turf toe and plantar fasciitis. Torn plantar plate, I should say. Fractured throat in 2020.
Jesus. And he played through that?
Yes.
Played with fractured throat.
That's insane.
That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
Like, I feel like no doctor would be like, yeah, you're good.
No. Yeah.
He was probably like, eat shit, dude.
Actually, we see Frank now, fractured throat, played through it, and he missed only 2 games after that.
Yeah.
He was unable to speak for 2 weeks.
That's insane.
That is fucking nuts. Dude.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. He's an animal, man. Last year, if you don't remember, he had the partially torn pec. I think he just missed 1 game. During week 3, he only missed 1 game, came right back. 2019 concussion. 2022 and 2020, he had groin injuries. Calf injury in 2023. Knee injury in 2023 that he suffered in game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
Played the
before
rest of
halftime, which usually when you hurt yourself, if you have a little bit of momentum, adrenaline going, you're good to go. He had the halftime break for like the pain to settle in, returns to the game, and then blocks Vita Vea on one of the game-sealing touchdowns. It was, I think the game-sealing situation, that was interception. But beyond that, ankles and knee sprains 2023. And more of the same stuff with the foot.
Like he had that surgery to clear up his knee on like a Tuesday, and then he was playing that week. Like, the guy's a freak, man. It sucks, and he will be missed on this team for sure.
Yeah, I don't want any negative stuff said about Frank Ragnow. You just can't.
You're a complete loser if you do.
Between the performance and perseverance, is no bad shit can be said.
Nope,
not tolerating it.
Like I said, best center in Lions history. We got some breaking news.
Positive news.
We'll end the intro on a light note. Parker Meadows starting and leading off for the Detroit Tigers tonight.
Come on, you got to be ready to play.
Is he in center? I assume so. Yeah. So Parker Meadows probably in center.
Was Javi going to left?
Leading off tonight. Javi will be at third, probably.
Parker is in center field.
Javi at third.
Javi is back at shortstop.
Wow, who's at third?
Hitting 9.
McKinstry?
Third base is Zach McKinstry.
Okay.
Yep. Parker Meadows back. This team
was crept up on us.
Parker Meadows back. Yeah, a little sneaky. Because
even AJ was talking about last week. He's like, we'll see him go 9 innings a couple more times.
Yep.
Boom.
J-Hen bumped down to AAA.
Don't love that for my guy.
Had to make the move, though.
Nick's
hot star, huh? But
my only friend.
Tapered off a little bit. He'll get another opportunity at some point this year.
Yeah,
sure,
I don't.
Big club.
I don't know if I love sending J-Hen down over Ibanez, but I don't know.
Ibanez is AJ Hinch.
He loves him.
He loves him.
He's his utility.
So that's what
he's going to be the last guy Hinch sends down. Javi is short.
Yep.
Trey Sweeney, he's been struggling a little bit.
Trey Sweeney not in the lineup tonight.
Not in the lineup tonight. Yeah, just giving him the off. He's been struggling a little bit.
Wansell and right, Green and left.
Wenzel and right, dude.
Torres playing
Wenzel.
tonight too?
Love Wenzel Perez. Love what he does. He's
Torque
got a
is
squirt
not in the
gun,
lineup.
Torque is not?
No.
Torque's not. Keith at first.
Wow. Probably.
Yep.
Wenzel's got a squirt gun, dude. I can't wait to get some guys up here that can throw. Like Riley's, well, Parker probably now has the best arm, but it's not even that great. Riley and Parker's arms are pretty much
No
the
one
same.
has a great arm.
The best arm is McKinstry and then Ibanez. Wenzel, squirt gun. Carey, squirt gun. Riley and Parker's are good, not great. Max Clark, plus arm. Can't wait to see him out there. That's going to be another 2 years, though. But I just want some guys that can throw people out, man.
I feel you, especially after watching that Garden series.
Yeah.
Like, that's half of why they're good.
Yep.
fucking
Veerling
arms
has
that
it.
team is
Veerling,
nuts.
same kind of arm as Parker and Riley. Like, good, but not great.
Yeah.
He would have been nice back. But Wenzel and Carey, squirt guns.
All right, let's take a quick break. Tell us about Vin Johnson. We get back. We get to Chat's reactions to Frank Ragnow and more.
Justice. It means different things to different people. But whether it's a settlement or a verdict, justice is always worth the fight. If you've got a case, contact the fighters at Vin Johnson Law today and get the justice you deserve. Tough, tenacious trial lawyers. Vin Johnson Law.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
The bad boys of Detroit sports media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on sports.com. Me, joined by Smo Rax, Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff. The Riders in the building as well. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend,
Shout out.
and share the stream. Also,
How about a
feel
like
free
poll?
to share any memories, or your favorite memories, I should say, about Frank Ragnow.
Yeah.
Actually, I sent one. Chris, did you get the one of it's golf
I
mic'd up?
will remember you.
I sent one. It's like a recording on the TV. It's a shitty recording, but it's
Will you
golf mic'd up,
remember
interacting with Frank
me?
Ragnow. Golf's in the red jersey.
Don't let this life pass
me a second to find it.
by.
I like the video of
Speak
them
not
fishing.
for
That
your
shit was so
memory.
funny. That was when golf first got here, so he didn't have a
Yeah.
coat prepared for Michigan at all.
Yeah, and he
So Frank
fucking
gave him
got-
his. It was like a 4X.
and he
or whatever.
got
caught a pair of
caught a pair of underwear. Yeah,
This shit's not even real.
that shit was funny.
This is funny as hell. Though. Look at this.
I will
Definitely need to tell her that.
you.
It's like 4 periods.
No, I'm saying you definitely need one today.
Oh fuck!
I don't think I'm gonna sweat at all.
That's all right.
Yeah, I got it. I'll get you tired. Are you mic'd up?
No. Are you?
I just saw the camera turn towards
Where?
you. Neil.
Oh, him? Yeah.
My mic? Who's mic'd up? Are you mic'd up, dude?
No. Are you?
Can you hear me?
He can hear you.
Nuts. Am I mic'd up?
Frank's mic'd up. What the nuts is Frank mic'd up?
Dude, yo, are you mic'd up and not telling us? That's
No.
messed up.
What do you mean?
Tyler, are you mic'd up?
Let me see. Oh, it is me.
Out on
What the nuts?
What the nuts?
Frank got his revenge in that practice too. Chris going to download that one. That's my fault for sending it late. But I will miss the banter, the back and forth between those two on the mic'd up training camps.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Sucks, man. Sucks.
It does. It sucks for so many reasons, man.
He's the man, dude. Like, I saw the David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs both post.
Yeah.
Like, love you, Bubba. I saw Jared Goff post, like, best ever.
Yeah.
Or greatest.
Penei Sewell, same thing.
Penny's, yeah, dude. This guy, he's
called
the gray bush of the, like, him and Taylor Decker, man. They're
Yeah.
the leader. They're the gray bushes. They're the fucking.
Dude, Decker's exit interview, I think it was either last year or the year before, but he was crying talking about Frank retiring.
Yeah.
Like, just thinking about it. And that's what I'm saying. No one was caught off guard by this at all.
No.
But
they all knew.
I saw Gibbs call him Freaky Frank.
Freaky Frank.
Which correlates with the message I sent you
Yeah.
over the weekend. But here's the other piece. Here's Frank getting his revenge on Jared Goff.
I told you I'm not gonna wear a towel. Why? Because you can deal with the elements, bro. Okay. I know, it's like, you're okay. It does it? Actually, you're lying. Okay.
Breath smells very bad.
I feel like a lot of offensive linemen are just like that.
Yeah.
A lot of guys I played with, at least, were just the same exact way. But shout out to Frankie Rags.
Damn, this feels like a memoriam.
It does, dude. I hate it. But again, for so many, I don't even want to get it. I really do think it's going to affect the team a little bit. Like, you just can't replace the fucking top two center in the league like that.
Yeah, that's a very hard thing to do. If you think it'll have no effect on this team, you're lying to yourself. I don't know if it's a devastating effect that will cause them to miss the playoffs or anything like that. But.
How about this stat? Shout out the Lions on tap for this one.
Yeah.
5,441 snaps played at center. Only 6 sacks allowed.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That is per PFF.
And can I ask, like...
real quick, those are PFF numbers. Your PFF counts a half a sack as a full sack, too.
Yeah.
So maybe some of those is fucking bullshit.
By the numbers.
Half sacks.
I hate a half sack. Can you...
Full sack, Daddy.
Full sack always. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know what you're going to say either.
I don't need you. Fuck, it was going to be funny.
The sacks threw you off?
Something about sacks. No, I don't know.
But Frank Ragnow's a fucking man.
Frank Ragnow is the man. And, like, you look at, we talked about the draft with Tate Ratledge. He fits that same mold of what Frank Ragnow is. Like, they're both not your typical center. Like, when you think of your center, you think of a shorter meatball kind of guy. But they're both bigger, athletic guys.
Yeah.
And so I think that Tate Ratledge, that's what they're looking at for him. And he is one of the nastiest interior offensive linemen in the draft class. And then we know that Miles Frazier out of LSU, he was probably the best pass-blocking interior offensive lineman in the draft class. He had, 20 straight games for LSU without allowing a sack. So, it sucks. It really does suck, man. But
yeah, everything is awesome this one.
Not everything is awesome this.
And I can't even really quantify like what I think would mean in season in terms of like. I know what
it's
going to
be the situational things. It's going to be blitz pickup. It's going to be third down. You're going to see.
Maybe even runs up the middle.
The communication is going to have to be there, and that's why I believe that it'll start with Graham Glasgow at center. I think maybe Tate Ratledge will take over in season or definitely next year, but I think this year they're going to start with Graham Glasgow as the starting center.
Do you think it affects any game specifically, Nick? Like, are there any games like, fuck, I don't know if that's a win now?
I think we're all thinking the same thing, probably. It's the NFC Championship game against the Eagles.
Ooh.
If you had to think about when Frank would be extremely crucial for this team, it's
Jordan
going
Davis,
up against
Jalen Carter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the dogs on the Philly defensive line right there in the middle. I guess my question to you
who
guys.
used to tune up on Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter during practice?
Frank
Tate fucking Ratledge. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, maybe.
But, I mean, not really.
Maybe.
But also, it was a joke. I don't think he's going to replace Frank.
Yeah. So that one I definitely just think about immediately. But, I mean, he was drafted in the second round. Tate was for a reason. You saw Mahogany last year. I feel really comfortable with Mahogany moving forward. I guess the guy that I don't feel as comfortable about is the guy that we've seen play for years now, and it is Graham Glasgow. I am a little bit scarred because of that Commander game. with Graham. So want to see a full offseason of him at center. I mean, it's going to be different. Like, I don't know. We're lucky we have Penei Sewell. I just know that on this offensive line.
Yeah. Cody Ingle says let's worry about that game when we get there. It's fair. But I'm even talking about beyond. I'm even talking about just the journey there even. But I'm not going to be pessimistic.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be easy to replace him, but even without Frank Ragnow, you have one of the best rosters in the NFL. So you're going to, maybe make a trade to bring in a veteran. But I think they just run with what they got. They like the guys they got, and they were prepared for this. So do you want to see Graham week 1? I don't want to see it, but I expect it. Because I would want to see...
Is that what you'd be most comfortable with?
That's what I would be most comfortable with, yes. But I would want to see them be like, we can't take Tate Ratledge out of the center spot. He's playing too well. Him to win that role. That's what I would want to see. Or Miles Turner or Miles Frazier, or whoever it is. Someone to step up and win that role. But I would be most comfortable with Graham week 1 just because he knows the system. He knows the calls. He knows the protections. He knows what Jared Goff likes and doesn't like. So that is obviously a bond you're going to have to mold. But the first person I better see holding Goff's baby other than Kristen Harper is Tate Ratledge, because you better form that fucking bond real fast, bud, because that's going to be your new center for the next 10 fucking years.
When I was making that thumbnail for the other show, when I typed in Frank Ragnow's name, one of the pictures popped up was Goff playing with his kid.
Yeah.
He's even more sad.
Yep. That is set. That's you've never been closer to another man than you would with your center.
Yeah, literally touching your ball sack.
Every single play.
Outside of shotgun.
Outside of shotgun. But
and even call audible, smack on the ass.
Yep.
Hey, we're doing this now.
Hey, yeah.
I mean, he's telling you to get a towel, so you got to feel your ball sweat.
So he's got to wipe his ball sweat off his wrist. Yeah.
Was that Frank that puked in the ball before snapping it? No, that was the Packers.
That was the Packers.
Shout out to Malik Willis for not fumbling the football.
That's so gross, dude.
That's disgusting. By the way, we got a super chat. Shout out to what's his name here? How I Train. He says, if Brad knew, why didn't we re-sign Kevin Zeiler? Because when we had Kevin Zeiler, it was on a $5.9 million one-year deal, and Kevin Zeiler signed an $8.9 one-year deal.
Yeah.
Simply, they just didn't want to pay Kevin Zeiler that amount of money. And Kevin Zeiler, same boat on borderline retirement as well.
Yep. Do you see Frank returning as a coach? I don't know. I don't. Not right away. Not right away. Definitely not right away.
He loves hunting and fishing.
He's going to take this summer. He's going to be on a lake.
Be doing a whole lot of that. I'm
trying to go fish with Frank. Frank, if you're listening, I couldn't tell you the last time I fished, but I like fishing. And
actually, the same. I don't know.
I honestly couldn't tell you.
I don't like fishing.
I like fishing.
I like ice fishing.
I've never been ice fishing.
You just bake out a shanty?
That you could just sit on. I'd rather just sit on a boat in the sun, drinking beers, smoking weed.
I feel like I'd get like too sketched out if I'm baking out a shanty.
What'd you say?
I'd get all sketched out like, oh, it's gonna melt for sure.
On ice?
If I'm baking out a shanty.
When I was little, I was definitely scared by it.
How I Train says, yeah, but we freed up all that Ragnow money. And that's what we're gonna get into next.
Yeah.
The diamond in the rough, the diamond in the fire. I don't know the saying I'm thinking of, but the tiny glimpse of positivity in the inevitability of the storm cloud of Frank Ragnow retiring. Fragnow. R.I.P.
It's
Fragnow.
like a celebrity couple.
Yeah.
Just combine the names.
Fragnow. Oh, man. It really feels like somebody I know got shot or something.
Honestly, I did good until we started the show and I got sad again because I started talking about the same sad shit.
You. All right, let's go to break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about the little bit of positivity you could take out of silver lining. There it is. Thank you, Raise the Sales. The silver lining.
Shout out, Raise the Sales.
Of Frank Ragnow retiring. But first, tell us about merch, Ragnow.
Me tell you about merch. The best place to get merch. Detroit sports merch is right here at woodwardsports.com. Head over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab today and get yourself some brand new hoodies, tees, hats, all of that. All for just a very low price. Make sure you're going to woodwardsports.com, clicking that shop tab today, and getting the best Detroit sports merch in the game.
Love Woodward Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC has deals for everybody. Make sure you check out their 2025 Envision Preferred all-wheel drive for $259 per month. They got the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for $699 per month, and the 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation for $169 per month. Scan the QR code on the screen and go check out their massive inventory. Let's Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. Let's Stanford together. Let's ride.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on sports.com. He's doing my small racks. Chris, Nicholas, Kohloff. Dorad is here as well. I saw a comment in the Woodward Sports chat. I think it's from Michael, it was. Let me scroll up a little bit. Yeah, from Michael as well. They said Frank was upset about his contract. Null and void. Whoever said that is incorrect.
Yep.
It was never a contract situation.
Not a contract thing.
It was a retirement situation for Frank now.
It was his body is shutting down. He has an inoperable toe. His pec was off of his body. He had reconstructive knee surgery mid-season and didn't miss any games. Like, the guy was just – he gave everything he had to the game.
Yeah. However, the silver lining, as we discovered, shout out to Raise the Sales.
Shout out Raise the Sales.
$9.2 million in cap space.
Welcome back, Anzalone.
Yeah. You think they'll do it?
They have to.
They're probably going to do it either way.
Yeah, they were going to do it either way.
We got 30-some million in cash. Like,
there's
Anzalone
Anzalone.
Take care of.
Anzi.
That's the other part of it.
Zadarius
Smith. Little Jadeveon Clowney.
Little somebody.
You know?
I want it.
Yeah, now you can't talk about it.
No excuses now.
Yeah, and like, I think we all kind of wondered, well, now this makes sense why they re-signed Sorsdale and Yodi. And
Did they re-sign Sorsdale?
Yeah, and drafted 2 interior offensive linemen. They knew this was coming. But yeah, now you've got some money freed up, and that's enough to give Anzalone a little bump to keep him happy, which he definitely deserves. Alex Anzalone should be the highest paid linebacker on this team until Jack is ready for his next deal. But Anzalone deserves it now. He should be paid more than Derek Barnes. And then,
absolutely.
Yeah, let's see Z as well come back. You can throw a little cheddar at him.
MPW, I want Clowney over Z. You and me both, brother.
Adiz 411 says Lions not winning 15 games. They never were, bud.
I don't think they were going to win 15 games, even with Frank healthy.
Even with Frank healthy,
that schedule
would
is
not predict
no hope.
15 games.
You have 9 road games, 7 of which are against playoff teams. I've said this like every week, but the 2 that weren't are the Bears and the Bengals. The Bengals, who should have been in the playoffs, the Bears have got significantly better.
Yeah, that's
at
crazy.
least you assume so. It is
crazy
on the road.
Crazy road schedule. Good thing we were undefeated on the road last year.
That's fucking nuts. Whatever. At least we got the easy teams at home. So it's be worth paying the fucking $500 a ticket.
I think Tate Ratledge needs to spend a week with the Goffs.
With the Goffs?
I'm not even joking.
Just a big baby.
Like, I think Tate
Ratledge
should go have a slumber party at Jared Goff's house for a week.
Christian Harper's double pregnant.
Yeah, and like, because welcome to the league, kid. You're going to be the center of the future. You got to get on term with your quarterback, get on page with your quarterback.
Yeah. One thing that doesn't make this a little bit easier is you do have the best offensive line coach in the league.
Yes, absolutely.
One who gets credit from Frank Ragnow, Penei Sewell,
Everybody who
And
has
Taylor
stepped here
Decker.
except for Terrell Crosby.
Yes. Yes, over Terrell Crosby.
He did not like us.
Who essentially got signed. Yeah, he's
Kind of got called soft. And
Yeah.
not re-signed.
But he's still like a Lions fan. I've seen him say some positive things since. But yeah, Hank Fraley does make this a lot easier. Because don't forget, when Frank came here, they tried to put him at left guard. I don't know if you guys remember that, and then it just didn't work out. And they said, "Fuck it, put him back at center." Not, he earns a couple All-Pros, a couple Pro Bowls. That's the part that makes it a little bit easier. Do I think he's that out of the gate? No, Frank wasn't that out of the gate.
Frank was not that out of the gate. And that's why I expect Graham to start at center. I think, like I said, it's going to be Frank, Graham, and Christian to start. Or Frank, God damn it. It's going to be Tate, Graham, and Christian to start. And then Tate's going to eventually take over at center, and then you'll have Miles to fill in that other guard spot.
Do you think they actually do something with that extra money, though?
Yeah. I think they were going to do it anyways. I think they were going to re-sign Anzalone anyways, and I think they were going to add
Anzalone for sure. But
I think they were going to add
players.
Somebody else.
Because 9's a lot.
9 is a lot.
That's like
that's a good player.
Yeah.
That's a good veteran player.
Yeah, that's essentially what Anzo probably wants as like his upgrade.
Yes.
Let me see what I'm pretty sure he's making 6, but I'm not.
Yeah, Anzo probably just wants 5 more. He wants to get more than Barnes.
Yeah.
I assume.
Or at least the same.
At least the same.
Or maybe guarantee what he's
deserves
got.
It.
All right, 2025. He's this is his final year, 7.2.
Perry Ball in the Woodward Sports chat. Shout out. He says Smith would be the sign. A healthy Aiden Hutchinson and Smith could wreck work.
Zadarius Smith would be fucking.
We shouldn't be relying on Davenport. Yeah, I would like to re-sign Zadarius Smith with that money you lost.
Him or Clowney, man.
Or Clowney. But it would be between the two of them, it would be Zadarius.
A lot of people bitching about Zadarius Smith because he doesn't play the run. Well, Clowney plays the run.
Yep.
And honestly,
Clowney would be your starter probably.
Yeah,
even over Davenport.
Maybe they don't because of that. I mean,
yeah, I think they're comfortable with Davenport as the starter. You got to believe, Nick. Do you believe? Some guy saw me on the golf course, and you know what he said to me? So, do you feel that? That's the kind of energy I'm talking about bringing into the world. We have to lend him our powers like he is Goku.
I cannot.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker!
No way I can depend on Marcus Davenport
God damn
right
it,
now.
Nick.
I can't. I'm sticking to my guns. Just because Frank Ragnow retired doesn't mean I now believe in Marcus Davenport to play 16 games, 17 games. I don't see that happening. I would love to bring in Clowney or Zadarius Smith for that matter.
Yeah.
I would think that'd be a home run, especially coming off the negative news of today. I think Anzalone gets paid.
Honestly.
Get a defensive lineman in here. Are you guys certain that this team maybe doesn't go outsource for a center or a guard? Do you think they're for sure in-house?
I don't think there's anybody
I wouldn't
on
say
the
I
market
changed
right
anything,
now.
ever since I've been installed into working hard as a kid, with my pops.
Chris, we're here.
I don't think there's did
you hear that video?
Whatever video that was, Jameson Williams or something. Sounded like.
Video.
I don't think that there is. What was I gonna say? I don't know if there's a center on the market right now that's just like sitting out there waiting, like Zadarius Smith, and I don't really expect them to make a trade to go get somebody. No, I think they've been preparing for this. I think they're comfortable with who they have, and I think they're gonna go with who they have.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anyone available. And then the other thing too is you kind of gave up your assets in the trade up for Tesla.
Yeah.
Just like you don't really have much to maneuver if you want like a top tier type of guy.
Yeah, no.
I think rather ride it out with what we got. Graham Glasgow was to pray that it was the injuries. I mean, I'd spoken to Graham. He told me it was the injuries. So that makes anybody feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was an obvious point of the season when Graham Glasgow's play started to go into question, and I think that not surprisingly or not circumstantially coincided with his injuries. Like, he wasn't 100%. He was banged up, man. And he's going to be your starting center week 1. I would almost bet my life on it.
Spinny's alien pride. Kobe Sorsdale shine time. No. I think he might not make the team.
I would not be
hard pass.
Make the team.
Actually, they've been giving him snaps.
I like Yodi. Yodi I like Yodi better than Sorsdale as a backup.
They like Yodi better than Sorsdale. Yeah, that's why Yodi saw the field.
He's proven that he's better. He's gone out there and Yodi has produced when he has been put in there. But again, that's being in between Frank Ragnow and somebody else. So
maybe the center's from the Ravens, but doubt he's going to get moved to Cody Ingle. I don't know why they would move him.
Yeah, nobody's just trading their center unless it's a team that's knowing they're not going to compete. I saw somebody say something about the Panthers center.
I have no clue.
But
not well versed in centers, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just know that we had a dog ass one in Frank Ragnow.
But the old heads on BDE today, Terry and Sean, they were not concerned about it because they said throughout history the Lions have drafted good centers.
Shout out Raiola.
Like they've just been able to keep the center train going.
Yeah.
And I think, dude, I think Tate's going to be really good. Do I think it's going to be right away? No, I don't. But I'm comfortable with him being the center going forward. But we're talking about this year. And this year, you're going to need Graham Glasgow to step up, at least in the beginning of the season, because, like I said, he knows the protections, he knows the blocking schemes, he knows the verbiage, and he knows what Jared Goff is comfortable with. Nobody else on your roster can say that from the center spot. So I would be extremely surprised if it was somebody other than him starting week 1.
Joski keeps saying, y'all keep talking about Ratledge taking over for Frank. Frank was like a top 6 pick. Isn't disingenuous to compare to, considering the difference between top 6 athletes and maybe top 40. Well, Frank was not top 6. He was like top 30.
Yeah, he was a first-round pick, but he was in top 6.
Was not top 6. And then also, maybe you typed this in before because I know you guys have a little bit of delay with YouTube, but like Speedy said, he's not expecting Ratledge to be out of the gate. I'm not expecting Ratledge to be out of the gate.
And
I think it's disingenuous to even expect Ratledge to be what Frank was. I think you expect him to be good.
And
I think damn sure going to be able to run the ball.
Tate's a better athlete than Frank, like by pretty much any measurable. Obviously, that's not the only thing that matters, but if you're worried about the athleticism, that's not something you should be worried about.
I'm salty. I was going to bring this up.
Frank was the 20th pick of the draft.
The Vikings signed Jonathan Allen.
Yep. Yeah, the Vikings buffed up their interior defensive line, and so did the Bears.
Yup. Some good news, though, maybe. Some entertainment news. You guys are going to get Spinny versus Rob Parker, myself versus Rob Parker, later today around 6:30. Rob Parker will be joining the show. We're going to grind him about his Detroit hate. And he quote tweeted me this week. I don't think he knew it was me. It's also at the same time I asked him to come on the show. He said, I still got a business and a home here. But no, brother, you might hate Detroit.
He does hate
Some
Detroit.
stuff you've been saying. We'll get into it with Rob Parker a little bit later on today. But first,
what's up, Nick?
I will buy a Marcus Davenport jersey if he plays 17 games.
Okay. Including playoffs?
No, 17 regular season games.
Okay.
Well, that's not gonna. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. Way to go out on a limb, buddy. Tell us about White Claw, Nick.
All right. If you think Marcus
refresh
Davenport,
your stream if it's skipping audio.
If you believe Davenport's going to be playing 17 games, I got to think that you are buzzing off the White Claws. Calling all Tigers fans, join us for the White Claw Tigers Tour. Woodward Sports will be hitting 4 of the top bars in Detroit to watch a Tigers game live on the network. Join Spencer and Easy on Friday, June 13th at our second stop at Nemo's Bar in Detroit. Be part of the fun and see our reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to one of the hottest teams in baseball. It's the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson Law.
Woodward Sports is here to give you all the Detroit sports you can handle. Weekdays, make sure you're locked in on Wake Up Woodward from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Followed by Big D Energy with Neil Rule and Darren McCarty from 11 a.m. to 1. Up next, you can't miss Ermanni and Edwards with Maz from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And finish the day out with the bad boys of Detroit sports media, the Woodward Heavyweights, from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, wait, that isn't enough for you, you sports freak. Check out Woodward Wings, Woodward Ringside, and the Lions Weekly Update every Sunday with Broder, Terry Foster, and John Belegian. Subscribe on YouTube for all our great content, and make sure you're following on all social media: X, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. You want sports? We got you covered. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
Yeah, for sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, give him a call at 248-426-9944 or visit him at michigansportsandspine.com.
So Brad Holmes, getting to watch Frank Ragnow
Yep.
as many years as he has.
Yep.
Got to see what makes a top 5, top 3, top 1 center in the league.
Top 1.
And that's why I grabbed Tate Ratledge. Show the footage, Chris, if you got it. Perfect replacement.
Wow, yeah.
Just another country boy
another
that's out
country
there
boy.
hunting, fishing, living off the land.
That's what they say.
And moving fucking masses of human.
You're supposed to have an offensive line that what they say is 3 MAGA guys, a Polynesian, and a mixed dude. And right now, that's what the Lions are rolling with.
I think we're missing the mix. Oh, no.
No, we got Mahogany.
He was kicking ass.
That's true.
So, I think we got the template for...
Hey, listen, I think he could be something. I think he'd be good. I ain't saying he's going to be bad.
No, I think Tate Ratledge is going to be extremely good in the NFL.
Yeah.
Right away, maybe not, but you're going to throw him out there. You're going to notice him, I'm telling you. He's going to be fucking moving people.
Ed O'Neill asks, would I rather date Sidney Sweeney or have Davenport play 17 games?
Could I pick the 17 games?
Yeah, that's what he's giving you.
If it's not 17, if I could pick the 17 games and have the playoffs included in them, I would probably do that.
Yeah, I think so.
I can go find a Sidney Sweeney for a night.
I got to be honest. Yeah. Marin.
Yeah.
I know. I could go to Legends, have a couple Sweeneys in my face.
Yep.
After the show if I wanted. I'm probably picking Marcus Davenport.
I'm picking Marcus Davenport too.
Straight up. I catch tons of fish too, and I mix as I'm salty. Listen, Country Boys Will Survive is one of my favorite songs, brother.
Yeah. Chicken Fried?
Chicken Fried's a good one too. Country Boy Will Survive goes harder though.
Oh, Country Boy, aiming for me. That song?
No.
Oh.
Let
Country Girl.
me sing
That's
it.
Country Girl.
This is a country boy can survive.
I always had the same mindset, just go out there and be the best, work the hardest. My dad, he always texts me like.
Then I know what it is.
Yeah,
That's
you
weird.
got it on that.
Yeah, it's on that. It's on that setting.
Idiot.
I'm so confused.
I
can skin a buck. I can run the trot line.
The
Country
chicken
boy
dog.
can survive. That one.
No.
Country boy can survive.
Exactly what happened.
So DJ Reed,
You can't
huh?
run us out. You can't make us run. Yeah. Do you have the DJ Reed video, Christopher?
I do. Give me 1 second here.
All right, go ahead.
That is actually the source of the problem. Boom.
Take your time.
All right.
This is some good news. DJ Reed,
Yes.
a guy coming from playing it, once was one of the best secondaries in the league, has some very positive things to say about the Detroit Lions defense.
Yeah, and we need it right now. Lions fans need all the positive news that we can get right now. So, good thing we're having Rob Parker on later. God damn it. All right, here's DJ Reed.
It's the reason why, Kirby and Brian Branch, you could arguably say that they're the 1A safeties. Like, you could argue that they are both the best safeties in the NFL right now. And, when you see them work day in and day out, it makes sense. And, even working with Amik, you can see why he's the best nickel or one of the best nickels, just with the way he communicates, the way he approaches every day, and the way he works. And TA right now, same thing. He hit me up a couple days ago when I was practicing and was basically watching my film for me and telling me, what I need to work on. And he was correct, too, with what he emphasized I need to work on. So the next day I went and worked on that. So we got a good group, bro. And Ennis has been balling his ass off. He had a great day today. So, our whole DB room is full of dogs.
Easy's doing anime cat girl poses. So weird.
Yo, you're sick of. I got 2 parts in this one actually. Like, I don't think we're prepared for the jump for Terrion.
Oh yeah, I think
we've been here. It's different from like when we say it, kind of guesstimating. It's from in a whole other scenario. You got guys day in day out working with them.
Yeah,
are saying those kind of things. They're coaches. DJ Reed, who's played in the league a very long time, scrappy guy, earned his name in the league. Played with Sauce Gardner. Played in the Legion of Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he was there 1 year, like one of the final years. Regardless, like coming from them, that's fucking huge. But the other part of it too is like him also giving credit to the secondary. Like again, different from when we say it.
Yes,
this guy is coming into the team like brand new, had that type of respect for these guys, and I don't have to be sold on anything he says, but I'm bought in.
This is the best secondary the Detroit Lions have ever had in my life. This is
Absolutely.
This secondary is better than the Glover Quinn, Darius Slay, James Ahegbebo secondary. When you look at, they have arguably the top 2 safeties in the league. I would say definitely 2 of the top 4 safeties in the league. You've got DJ Reed, who's come in here, and he is at the very least a solidified cornerback 2 in the NFL. And then obviously we expect Terrion Arnold to take a huge jump. I just think that these guys are so in tune with each other. We always see them hanging out. We always see the bonds that they have together over each other's houses, chasing deer in parking lots. Like these are the guys that they're sorry, they're putting on a good show, and that is a bond. That is a bond that helps these guys, because what was one of the first things that DJ Reed talked about when he talked about what makes them so good? He said the communication and how they know where they're going to be, and different guys like that. We know Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph are 2 peas in a pod. These guys are going to be humming out there, and I expect to see some high-level secondary play.
POV, you heard Parker Meadows is back. Praising the massage chairs, making him do the fucking little shimmy there. But yeah, Nick, your reaction to DJ Reed's comments?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to hear from the vet. Obviously, you come in and you want to hear good things about your all-pro, safety, and then Brian Branch. I mean, I think we all believe that he can get there one day. Would you be shocked if he gets an all-pro in his career?
No.
Maybe even the next 3 years, Brian Branch.
Oh, no, not at all.
Brian Branch would have been all-pro last year if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm feeling good about it. Obviously, you'd want to see the strides and not just hear them from a guy like Terrion. But I have faith in him, and it always feels good for a vet to come in here and say this about your young, 3 guys. And he even mentioned Raxter, which is big, because we have no idea
time too, by the way,
what Ennis could be. So I'm excited to hear Ennis's name out of his mouth. You know.
I mean, I was telling you guys in training camp, I thought Ennis was booked better than Terrion on training camp last year.
Our guy Mike Payton just got freezing cold taked.
Ooh, on what?
They posted a screenshot of his article that was posted June 2nd.
Okay.
At 8 a.m. So this morning.
Okay.
And the headline is, Frank Ragnow being unhappy with his contract is actually a really good thing for the Lions.
Oh my God, that guy's having a hell of an offseason.
That one stinks.
That hurts. I mean, why would he say that?
I don't know. It was just a screenshot of the headline.
Maybe if they re-signed him, somebody would get kicked down the road and maybe clear up some cap. Maybe he was thinking.
Just keep throwing the darts out there, Mike. One of them's got to stick, right?
I mean, I didn't read the article. I can't bash.
I did not read the article, but
what was the first one? The JMO one, right?
Yeah, the JMO one was pretty rough.
So back to back.
Yeah, I can't deny that one.
I don't know Mike at all. I'm just messing around here.
This DJ Reed stuff's fucking awesome.
Shout out Dan Fee. Phil? Dan Flea?
Dan Flea?
Dan Flea.
Like
for 5 gifted subs in the chat.
Shout
out.
And
boom, we gave, all right, some heavy hitters got him. All right. I appreciate the gifted. I hate when they go to people that I've never seen or never comment.
I know.
But
I hate when they don't go to me.
Dull Spoon, Luigi Gaming, Cody Engel, Dark Cash, Lions, Troll. Those are all okay.
Am I just not able to get one as a monitor of the chat?
Shout out Dan Fleet.
I got one before.
No, you can get one.
Yeah. I've never, ever gotten one.
I only got one once.
Me neither.
That's fucking crazy.
You already got YouTube Super Premium, so maybe that's why.
Maybe they should just give it to me then. I can't use any emojis.
Tell me how you really feel.
It's bullshit. I tell you how I really feel, though. DJ Reed stuff got me pumped.
DJ Reed, and again,
I think Terrion might be like, we're talking about guys taking jumps. I think it could be a debate at the end of the year, mid-season, who made the bigger jump between JMO and Terrion.
Yeah,
the way these guys are talking about Terrion. I don't know, man. And as much as like I hate you guys to talk shit about Terrion, I got to give you credit. I think you guys might have been the driving factor behind some of that too, to be honest with you. If you're going to give me some credit for golf, hating on golf at working, I mean.
That's fair.
I got to give you credit for hating on Terrion.
Yeah, we
still got to see it, but I believe
Like I said, I've already broken down so many times about why Lions fans that are hating on Terrion Arnold are just stupid because of the numbers and the natural progression of cornerbacks in the league. But whatever. No, it's good to hear that he's playing well. Like he was so close last year to just being a monster. Like if he's getting his head around and his ball skills are improved, he's going to be extremely impressive for this team. Like I said, I expect him to be playing like the best cornerback on the team next year by the end of the season. Maybe not to start.
Absolutely, and I apologize for getting a name tag for.
Ooh, Cartier says Jalen Carter versus Rookie Tate is nasty work. Vita Vea might have his way too. They're going up against Vita Vea. What is that, week 3 when we play the Bucks?
Gotta look that one up.
No, I think it's like week 8.
Oh.
Monday
Night
Night
it was
Football.
week 3 last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was week 2 last year.
Week 2.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one, but welcome to the league, kid. Those are the guys you're going to be facing every day. So, got to get used to it.
Let's go to break. Sorry, I'm trying to get this name plate down.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll keep talking some Detroit Lions. We got some PFF grades that Easy might or might not like. But first, tell us about socials.
Let me tell you about socials. Woodward Sports should be followed on all social media platforms at Woodward Sports for the best live reactions and breaking news from all the personalities you know and love. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, everywhere you get your Detroit sports content. Detroit's #1 digital sports network is right there. Woodward Sports, give us a follow.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Justice. It means different things to different people. But getting justice isn't just a legal process, it's a healing process. I'm Ven Johnson. I started Ven Johnson Law to help as many people as I could through the difficult and complex legal issues they face. In all kinds of situations, we help them get their life back and find the justice they deserve, no matter the case. At Ven Johnson Law, we're fighting for you, fighting with you, fighting because of you.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 13th from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Nemo's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson.
If I told you could place any bet up to $1,000, and if you lose, you get that bet right back, what do you think I was? Crazy? Scan the QR code and enter the code Woodward1000 for your first bet. And if it doesn't hit, you'll get your money back up to $1,000. That's right, $1,000 back just for giving it a shot. Minimum bet, just $20. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app today, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use promo code Woodward1000 or scan the QR code on the screen. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I am Easy, joined by Spimo Rax, young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, intern The Rod in the building as well. And now it's time to piss you guys off properly before we have on the legendary Rob Parker. Maybe, maybe not. PFF, as you know, every offseason they do this.
Maybe not. What do you mean? Maybe not piss him off?
Maybe not piss you off.
Oh, that's going to piss me off.
Aiden Hutchinson ranked 5th overall on defensive ends.
I mean, yeah, that's
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but PFF, cool. I don't really respect.
PFF, cool.
There you go. I don't really respect any of their rankings.
Yeah,
anymore.
I think they do it on purpose.
It's
honestly.
literally they make up their own stats to put people in order how they see fit.
Well, dude, the craziest part is the one over the weekend that I could see.
Our Speepa says that he's not good enough.
Yeah, the one over the weekend that had Penny Sewell the 6th best tackle. And then you go to their stats, or their final grades, where he was ranked the 3rd best tackle in the league. And they try to justify, that one's that Zoltan Booty guy. Garbage. Fucking trash. Again, if you're going to use your rules, your configurations to make these rankings, he was ranked 3rd overall.
Yeah.
So how does he go from 3rd overall to 6th?
Don't know.
In the Penny Sewell argument.
It doesn't make sense. They put out lists that contradict themselves a lot, and
at this point the jig is up, really.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's kind of like you guys are doing this to get
they're
clicks.
doing it's obvious rage bait.
I love Trevor, but AJ Brown, #1 receiver in the league. Come the fuck on.
Yeah, there is nobody in God's green earth that believes AJ Brown doesn't believe AJ Brown is the #1 receiver in the league.
I mean, he might.
No, he doesn't.
You know how wide receivers are, though.
Yeah, but even he would be like, nah.
Remember Mapletron was talking about he's gonna be the best wide receiver in the league or some shit like that.
Who's Mapletron?
See, I don't remember his fucking real name.
Chase Claypool. Yeah. Turd.
Receivers have impeccable confidence.
Yeah.
What were you about to say?
Nothing. Talk about a downfall. Chase Claypool.
Claypool.
He was destined for had a promising start to his career. Talk about a nobody.
All right, give me some names you think are ranked above Aiden Hudson.
Myles Garrett.
Yes.
Max Crosby.
Trey Hendrickson.
Actually, no Max Crosby.
No.
Big Money Trey.
TJ Watt.
No Trey Hendrickson. Yes, TJ Watt. You want me to give you the names you're missing?
No, there's only one, right?
There's 2 more. You guys got TJ Watt and
Nick Bosa.
Myles Garrett. Yep, there's another one. Now you're missing one more.
I'm gonna go with Will Anderson, little sneaky one.
No,
Daniil Hunter.
I'd be pissed. I put Will Anderson over. I'd be really mad.
So it's somebody you wouldn't be mad at.
Yeah. Jonathan Lord, easy's called the flannel method.
Oh, Grenard.
No, I'd be pissed off then too. You want me to tell you guys? It's a really easy one. You're just missing it.
Defensive
Is it obvious?
Yeah. I think top 5 edge rushers right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I never think of Micah Parsons. Anytime I think of edge rushers when I'm listing he's a top 5 edge, I never think of Micah Parsons for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's because he's a turd.
He's kind of a turd.
He's definitely a turd, and he acts like I don't know. He feels like he's a Penn State guy. They're all like that.
Yeah, it's true. This one's by Ryan Smith, and he has Myles Garrett 1, Micah Parsons 2, TJ Watt 3, Nick Bosa 4, and then Aiden Hudson 5. Which I'm not
mad at that.
Yeah.
Maybe Nick Bosa, but no, he was injured. I mean, if he wasn't injured, he'd be #1. So, no, I'm not mad at that.
The blurb for Aiden Hudson reads, Hudson was on pace for a historic season before suffering a fractured tibia and fibula injuries against Dallas in Week 6. The Pro Bowl edge defender was in a league of his own, recording 72 pass rush wins, the most ever by a defensive player in PFF era through the first 6 weeks of a season. Remarkably, he accomplished the feat in just 5 games as Detroit had a bye in Week 5. He really was. We got robbed.
That was Hutch. I feel so bad for
the
Hutch.
Football gods came down and punished us for, I don't even know.
He would have been by far and away the defensive player of the year, and it would have been close. It wouldn't have been close.
He's a favorite right now.
And he would have won. He would have broken the sack record last year. You look at the teams that they played. He still had to play the Bears twice. He still had to play Tennessee. He still had to play Jacksonville.
Packers.
He still had to play the Packers.
Who he historically
twice.
plays really well against too.
It was. He would have been on a
Jags.
Oh man, yeah.
Come on. We got fucking robbed.
It sucks.
Man.
I feel bad for Hutch.
Frank's last year too.
He might have won MVP last year.
Shit, you call crazy now. I don't give those to defenders.
I mean, he had 25 sacks in a season.
Yeah,
he did that.
I'm with Spenny on this one. I think. I mean, he was going to set the sack record.
Hutch at number 5 ranks over Max Crosby at 6, Trey Hendrickson at 7, Jared Verse already in the top 10 at 8.
That's crazy. Didn't they say he had like 50 or like 80 pressures or something like that?
Yeah, Verse established himself as one of the NFL's premier pass rushers and route to Defensive Rookie of the Year
4.5
honors,
sacks.
finishing 4th in total pressures, 77, and 6th in pass rush win rate. I've never been able to say that like cleanly.
Pass rush win rate.
Pass rush win rate.
Pass
Wow.
rush win rate.
See?
Pass rush win. Pass rush win.
19.
Pass rush win rate.
Pass rush win rate. Your turn, Nick.
Pass rush win rate.
That was slow as fuck.
Yeah, you gotta do
Yeah,
faster.
you just asked this question.
Wait, pass rush win rate?
Hot start, huh?
Yeah, hot start.
I told Chris Travis might
Chris
die. Pass
here.
rush win rate.
Pass ruch win rate.
That was good.
It wasn't bad, but to be fair, I had last.
At first try,
Micah
I said
Parsons.
very good.
Yeah.
What? Why'd you say it like Papa Roach?
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
I was just because Chris came
This is my last
Chris came out of the off the top ropes for the Micah Parsons name.
Ball knower.
Ball knower certified.
What?
PFF
Nothing.
is kind of stupid to me now. They're like
Yeah, this many years.
they're
in a
like
row.
Wikipedia. Like you can find anything to prove you're right.
It's fair.
Because they literally make up their own numbers and
Luigi
statistics.
Gaming, I'll take a show.
What was the guy that we had on? He said like his VPA is. I was like, what the fuck is that? He was like his projected velocity when angled towards the turf towards a quarterback almost.
Yeah.
Percentage. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's certain advanced.
I got one of them. Remember, I got the PFF guy. I said Speepa. Oh no, that was
my man from
Bukowski.
Green Bay.
Yeah. I said
According
this,
to Speepa stats.
According to Speepa stats, he was like, "Oh yeah, that's a good point."
Yeah, because there's so many of them, you can just throw shit out.
Just make shit up.
There's
Dude.
different platforms making them up all the time. NFL Plus is now a new thing.
And I love when PFF articles about players start it with, "Well, he was the highest graded PFF pass rusher." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's the number one number you're going for.
Number one
This is how
qualification
good
there.
we think he is, so that's why he's this good." Like,
Yeah.
all right, that makes sense.
The part where I hate it too is like, I guess I don't really understand. Maybe because they're the first of their kind of opposite of SportsCenter. Because like the NFL will like qualify it sometimes too when they make like I remember I was looking today for Frank Ragnow videos. And they made a Frank Ragnow highlight like PFF's number one ranked center in 2024. And
It's
like,
they're a brand.
Yeah.
They're a name brand like Blue Magic.
But it almost just doesn't mean anything anymore. You know?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. Like I said, they can use any stat they want. They're like Wikipedia. It's like they are literally football Wikipedia. It's like if you want to find a reason why you think you're right, if you dive into PFF, you can find one.
Yeah. Cartier, a rare, but a comment that makes sense. Just kidding, Cartier. I love you. He says Frank was critical. I do not want to downplay that.
No, you cannot downplay that.
Can't downplay
He was
that.
one of, if not the best center in the NFL, and that's not something you can replace overnight.
Yeah.
I do believe they'll be fine in the long run going forward with the pieces they have, but that is not somebody that you can just be like, okay, yeah, it's fine. No, it's going to hurt.
Definitely gonna hurt. Like I said, I can't pretend as much as I like Tate Radley that he's gonna come in and be Frank Ragnow, especially not day one.
Definitely not day one.
I don't know. Tyler Jonas says losing Ragnow is like a steel-toe boot to the ranch sauce makers.
It was definitely a kick in the nuts, man. And this is the anniversary of this Armando Galarraga. Not
That's
perfect
still so
game.
crazy. I rewatched that earlier today. The top of the ninth, 2 outs.
Yeah.
And that's when it happened. I mean, of all times for something like that to happen.
I literally remember coming home from baseball practice, and me and my boy Dominic were sitting in my living room watching it, and I almost broke my TV.
Yeah. And it wasn't even like they hit it at the same time. Like it was Miguel got it.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that was a crash out of ultimate crash
And
outs.
then Galarraga gave him the
household.
truck
Yes,
the next
that's
day.
it.
Remember, he gave Jim Joyce the truck because, like, Mr. I gave him a truck for throwing a perfect game. It was like a brand new Chevy.
Shout out to Galarraga.
And Galarraga gave it to Jim Joyce, and he was crying and shit. I would have punched that dude in the mouth, dude.
Honestly, you should have. He should have let him punch him in the fucking face. What can you pull up Galarraga's career ERA or just like that year or like?
Galarraga
he was like our fifth starter.
Very streaky.
He's like your Kyler Martero.
He was better than that. He was more consistent. He was in the league for a while, but he was very streaky. And I remember he had 1 year where he was like lights out, and he had one playoffs where he was lights out. Kind of like Anibal Sanchez.
Okay.
Anibal was way better.
Anibal way better.
Anibal was way better. Yeah. Galarraga had a pretty decent career though.
Yeah, I guess.
But he was a back end rotation guy. Nothing too crazy.
I'll put the Frank stuff like this. And I'll put a button on it, or we can keep talking whatever you guys want to do. But like,
it was 2008, right?
I think so. Yeah.
He had a 3.73 ERA.
Yeah.
Lowest of his career. After that, 5.64 the following season.
Oof. Didn't he go to the Nationals or
Then he got
where
the
did he go?
Yips. Arizona, then Houston.
Arizona, that's it.
Blame
Yeah.
Jim Joyce.
He only played in the league for 7 years.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
So I guess Montero's not too bad of a comp.
Yeah.
I like what I'm seeing out of Montero right now.
Yeah, for
Montero's
sure.
having a good year.
Yes.
Yeah. The final button of the Frank stuff is I guess my Super Bowl aspirations have bumped down a little bit. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely takes a hit. I still expect them to go out there and win the Super Bowl.
This year?
That's my expectations of them. Yeah, if they don't meet those, it's a failure.
I'm with you.
They still have one of the best rosters in the NFL. They're going to be much healthier. Yeah, that sucks, but you even without Frank Ragnow, you're still good enough to beat any team in the league. So,
and the only other thing I'll say too, before everybody does it, because I know it's going to happen all the time, is people bring up the Philadelphia Eagles, and again, you just can't. It's not the same. It's not an apples to apples situation. One has 2 top 10 offensive tackles, arguably top 5. Mailata and Johnson.
And Lane Johnson, yeah.
And the kid that played center for them had been
He'd been there for a while.
In and out for a minute, yeah.
Cody said that's SOL talk, easy.
I mean,
Cody, you just lost an all-pro center. There's no other way around it.
It's not ideal. It does not help the Lions.
He just loves the top 3 guys.
It does not help the Lions' chances to win the Super Bowl. No, it does not. Is it over? Are they going to lose or miss the playoffs? No, that's ridiculous. But it definitely does not help their chances of winning the Super Bowl.
Cody, I'd like to know what your win total is for the Detroit Lions this year. Maybe we'll make a bet on it. How about that? But before then,
Goff had a perfect game with Glasgow playing center, says Lions guy.
That wasn't...
It's true. But who's that again? Was that...
No, I don't think that was Glasgow. I mean, I'll look it up. That was a Seattle game?
I think it was Seattle. Yeah, because that's when I was made. That's when I made it. All right, let's go to break. Let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You can get a hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff wrapped in one in the King's treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi experts Woodward Sports. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Jars, cannabis, guys, top shelf quality, unmatched variety, price for the people. Visit shopjars.com to find a location near you. Exactly what I do to get some of the best deals. I also follow them at jars_life so I can know the best deals walking in when I see my bud tender. You got 26 locations across the great state of Michigan, 9 right here in Metro Detroit, including ones coming to Madison Heights, Milan, and Grand Rapids.
I love you.
That was a Graham Glasgow start. The Seattle game. Jared Goff, perfect game. So boom.
There you go. Boom.
There's that to look forward to.
Jared Goff will have 100% completion percentage next year. Book it.
It's all by the numbers. Yeah.
By the numbers. That's what it says.
To be honest with you. Huge blow, but Brad has been making moves for this day. While he will be missed, the seems more than capable of its goals.
They were preparing for it. You could tell.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just never gonna pretend like
it's not.
He's gonna hop in and be.
Yeah, it hurts. Definitely hurts this year. Going forward, we'll see.
But again, I would love to see the win total. Maybe we could, maybe we'll make a little wager.
Who was that?
Cody Ingle.
Oh,
I believe it was. Yeah. All right. Question for the weekend before we get to the MLB bro, Rob Parker. Tigers bats cold, or like what happened this weekend?
They saw some good pitching, and yeah, that
Wacho guy was fucking on.
Yeah, Michael Waka. He's he's been in the league for a while. He's always been a good, not great starter, but he was on one for sure. But yeah, they saw some hot pitching. I'm not too worried about it. It's baseball. It's gonna happen. Do you know who's on the mound tonight, Nick? We'll see, but I wouldn't be surprised if the bats got back up, especially with Parker. Provide a little bit of pop at the top of that order. Start out the game with a double, Parker, at least.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see, especially after getting shut out. That's the tough part. You got Skubal on the mound and you get shut out. But am I going to sit here and overreact today in a series you go and take 2 out of 3 in Kansas City and Coughlin Stadium where there were 18-11 entering the series? I'm not. That's a good series win. No matter how you look at it, even if the bats were cold, I will not be overreacting, especially because we got the most electric player on the Detroit Tigers back in the lineup. Parker Meadows, I think he's going to add a big-time spark right away. You're going to see it. Doubles turn to triples, singles to doubles. This guy steals bases for you. He's going to make gold glove-type plays in center field. This lineup just got a lot more dynamic, fellas. I'm feeling great about having Parker Meadows back.
Yeah, especially with the aggressive base running style they play. By the way, it's Jack Flaherty on the mound tonight.
Going up against who?
3 straight good quality starts for
Jack Flaherty. Yeah, he's had 3 very good quality starts.
6th inning.
So
for last time he did well.
Building up that stock. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but, top 5 AL. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Defensively too. We'll turn on Parker Meadows help.
Defensively, yes, they will be a lot better with Parker Meadows back, with Javi Baez up the middle to kind of secure some of that.
Jonathan Cannon's going for the Sox tonight.
Jonathan Cannon.
No clue who that guy is. So let's look up his
we're playing the White Sox?
Yeah, we got 4 against the White Sox before bringing in the Cubs.
4-0. You got to go 4-0. Stakes are waking up tonight.
Yeah.
What's the over under?
I don't have that.
Yeah, fine. You got to clobber the Sox, dude.
At least 3 out of 4.
No, at least 4. At least 4.
I mean, it's baseball, dude.
It is baseball, but
so it could be.
It's also you're the best team in baseball, so go fucking sweep the Sox.
Yeah, we're 21 games. We have 21 more wins than the White Sox already.
You got to sweep.
That's insane.
See, the Rockies are on pace to beat the White Sox record.
Yeah.
They only have 9 wins. They're 9-50, dude. I couldn't imagine being a Rockies fan. I mean, actually, yeah, I can. We saw it with the Pistons 2 years ago.
I mean, the Tigers used to be brutal for a stretch of time.
Yeah, but 9-5.
Yeah, they were never that.
Well, they
bad.
had.
Well,
they did. They were
close.
1 year. Yeah.
Did you see the Jeff Passan tweet?
Yeah, we were talking about that dude's wife.
Yeah, dude, we gotta pull that up.
And he's like, she says hi. I gotta find a screenshot of it, or I'll read it off.
That was gold. But yeah, Tigers come in at 39-21, best team in baseball. You're playing in Chicago. You got 4 games against the Southsiders. Yeah, I'm feeling great about this team right now. Even if the bats were a little bit cold this weekend, you still found a way to win 2 out of 3, and that's what not just good teams do. That's what great teams do. And I believe that this team's on the pathway to becoming a great team.
Easy.
I mean, throughout.
I'm going to read you a reply
okay.
on Twitter to a Frank Ragnow tweet.
Okay.
And I'll give you one guess to tell me what Twitter user it is.
Okay.
This is, expectations remain the same. They didn't quit building the Mackinac Bridge after the first worker died. 4 more died along the way.
Oh, God.
You got this.
Mike?
No.
Biggins?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say Biggins, but
yep.
Mike's the biggest slappy.
Shout out Biggins.
Dude, Biggins says the craziest
He says some wild shit.
Some of the worst takes based on the craziest information.
Yeah, but it'll be good to see Parker at the top of the lineup for the Tigs today. Good to see Parker patrolling center field. I talked about it last week. Kerry Carpenter's not an everyday outfielder in the MLB.
Oh my God.
He cannot play outfield every day for this team. So
the Colorado's ace is 0-8 with a 5.79 ERA.
Yikes!
That's
Freeland?
brutal. Yeah, I don't know who their ace is.
That interview, he was like borderline crying at the podium, talking about how bad his team is. He's like from Colorado too, like just through like.
That sucks.
Yeah, terrible. But
who's their best player? They have a guy that like we could maybe pick up the phone for.
Ryan McMahon is like a third baseman, but I don't think anybody on their team. I don't know if I trust anybody that hits in Coors Field though. Like
yeah.
You saw it with. I mean, Arenado still did great with the Cardinals, but and then I don't. You think
Jordan
about like
Beck,
Alex Tazinski back in the day, or
Jordan Beck leads their team in OPS at 793.
Or Trey Tulowitzki. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have a buddy named Alex.
Hunter Goodman is second at 743. Wow. This is sad to look at, dude.
I'm feeling great about tonight, though. I mean, I think this is a big get right.
Yeah, you got to get right.
I love this for Flaherty too, just because I know the last 3 games kind of okay, but like he's had some struggles this season.
I like it for Parker, dude. Welcome back. Here's a 4-game series against the White Sox.
That's true.
Let's see some fireworks out there.
I got my swagger back.
Oh! Those guys were doing unspeakable things.
De La Salle, right here in Michigan. Oh, that was those guys? I thought it was the lacrosse team.
I think it was the football.
Why is this the lacrosse team?
I had a buddy that was on that team.
It was the football team.
I don't think it was that class though.
It was around that time.
I think it was like a little. I think it was closer to now.
Really?
I think I got my swagger
broomstick
back.
stuff.
Yeah. We don't gotta bring that up.
The Michael Parsons stuff.
Terrible.
Terrible.
What are you thinking about tonight's game, Nick?
I think Jack Flaherty does need to continue to shine in his last 3 outings. He's only given up 5 runs total. He's been able to limit the dingers, which is the big problem he's had this season. So I'm looking to keep the ball in the park and make sure that fastball velocity isn't like hanging around 92. Like if you can get it back up to like 94, that's big for Jack because it sets up his knuckle curveball, which is an absolute wipe out pitch when it's on the knuckle curve. The strikeouts will be there, but just the fastball velocity and command, I'm looking for tonight out of Jack Flaherty. I think if this team ultimately is going to win the American League, Jack Flaherty is going to be a really big part of it in the playoffs. A guy that you're going to have to be able to trust to get you 5-6 innings in a big spot. So get the fastball velo a little bit back, keep the command there, limit the walks, and limit the long ball. Because that's been his Achilles heel all just season long. It's given up just nukes.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing that stands out to me. I want to ask you guys, where's your confidence level in Jack Flaherty? Are you guys starting to get back on track?
From when we traded him to the Dodgers. And that's like when the decline like started.
Yeah.
So that was kind of it made more sense of everything. But then again, his numbers with the Tigers are great, and we're constantly credited for having the best pitching coach in baseball. Something can maybe give him a little bit more time back with Chris, and he's going to find a little bit of his groove.
Bless you.
And again, I'm happy that tonight is against the White Sox. Like, again, speaking of finding your groove, I think it could be huge for him because it's a guy that can pitch well when given the opportunity. We saw him pitch well, I guess I should say, last year.
Dude.
You looking at the Rockies still?
No, I'm looking at Scooble stats right now.
I was going to ask that.
It's fucking nuts, bro.
Should we get to it when we come back?
Yes, let's go to break, come back. Rob will be joining at 6:30. We'll talk this leading up to
his strikeouts, he's at 11.8. He's averaging 11 more strikeouts per 9 than walks.
Let's go over to 6. We'll break right before Rob, like 6:28 or something.
Can
we do that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Saw a lot of people on Twitter complaining about AJ Hinch pulling him.
Yeah, I
what was his
texted
pitch
Spinny
count
about that. It was like 90.
Yeah, they're not gonna let him go much higher, like unless you're throwing a no hitter.
Is that a modern day thing?
Yes. Yeah, you don't want to tax your guys.
Isn't JV used to go like fucking like 120? Like
that'll never happen again. And JV doing all of that and avoiding
having longevity,
and having like crazy. 9 straight seasons where he started 30 games in a row is just absolutely insane. That's never going to happen again in baseball. They saw it was really Steven Strasburg that kind of made the MLB be like, okay, yeah, we can't be giving these studs 7, 8, 9 innings, 120 pitches every start because they're going to die. So they're managing. I mean, he got he almost got 200 innings last year. He's right up at 75 this year. It's not like he's pitching any less than he has, but this is a guy who has dealt with injuries in the past.
It's still a 1-0 game.
So you want to manage him a little bit.
It's not like we got rocked coming out of
it. No. I don't blame. What was it? The 7th inning he pulled him with 90 pitches?
Going into the 8th.
Going into the 8th, 90 pitches. That's not a bad time to pull your starter.
I was surprised there was so much flack, to be honest.
Yeah, that's very reasonable. In a 0-0 game, it's very reasonable to pull your starter going into the 8th when he's got 90-plus pitches.
I guess the thing you could look at is...
Blame your offense. Don't blame A.J. Hinch.
He puts in Bo Brisky.
Yeah.
Who's been struggling this season.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
4.95
it could be a matchup
ERA
thing,
now.
though.
Yeah.
4.95 ERA. I think they want to get Bo back on track, obviously, because he was such a crucial part of this bullpen last season. But, yeah, I'm not tripping about the whole Skubal thing. And, yeah, he just continues to dominate and not walk anybody, strike out 7. That's just what you're going to see out of Skubal day in and day out now.
Yeah, and I mean, that was Bo's first earned run in his last 5 games. So, he was...
Why are people bitching?
He's
guys on base.
He started off rough, but he has been pitching very well recently. That was just he got, man. Yeah, it's what happens. I don't blame Bo Brisky.
Game.
Yeah, I don't blame Bo Brisky. I don't blame AJ Hinch. I blame the offense.
Yeah, 100%.
The reason I wanted to ask it, because half the reason we're having Rob Parker on today is he's a big Fried guy over Skubal. But then Fried, I don't know, I didn't watch the game, but I saw the highlights. Otani hit 2 of them. Were they both on Fried?
I don't think
Did he get rocked this past day?
I'm not sure, but when we broke it down a little bit I know we talked about
he did. He did.
He got rocked.
5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 6 earned runs.
Oh.
Only 3 strikeouts, 2 home runs. Yeah, so, yeah.
You just
hate to see it.
Yeah.
You really do.
The I don't think
Skubal had a matchup against the Giants. Against the Dodgers. Was it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he gave up
game.
3 runs, 4 runs, something
2,
like that.
Maybe even.
Yeah.
Yeah, Teoscar took him deep. I know that.
Yeah, it's also the fucking Dodgers.
It's the Dodgers. They're a super team. Game logs today is 25.
What are you looking up?
Against the Dodgers, he gave up 4 earned runs, 6 hits.
So he did better.
Yep. How many strike? Only 2 strikeouts.
Interesting.
It was in 5 innings.
Well, let me tell you guys about the Massage Chair House, the very company that blessed us with the Pharaoh.
Best things ever happened to Woodward Sports.
One of the best things ever happened to Woodward Sports before me. Okay.
Outside of
me. After me. Yeah, you're right. Listen, Massage Chair House. Scan the QR code or visit them at the corner of Woodward and Long Lake Road in Bloomfield Hills. It's my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan. He's got the #1 massage chair review channel out on YouTube. Make sure you check him out, Massage Chair House, for an appointment. Or again, pull up in person at Long Lake Road in Woodward or scan the QR code.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Detroit sports fan, Woodward Sports is here to give you all the Detroit sports you can handle. Weekdays, make sure you're locked in on Wake Up Woodward from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Followed by Big D Energy with Neil Rule and Darren McCarty from 11 a.m. to 1. Up next, you can't miss Ermanni and Edwards with Maz from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And finish the day out with the bad boys of Detroit sports media, the Woodward Heavyweights. from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, wait, that isn't enough for you, you sports freak? Check out Woodward Wings, Woodward Ringside, and the Lions Weekly Update every Sunday with Broder, Terry Foster, and Sean Baligian. Subscribe on YouTube for all our great content, and make sure you're following on all social media. X, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. You want sports? We got you covered. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Mad Packs now in stores. They got in stores May 30th, so make sure you go check them out. They got regular flour if that's what you're about, but they also got the THC Moon Rocks, the infused high-low pre-rolls, and the Boom Shakalaka Tarantulas. Go to getmadpacks.com to find all the locations that they are in. And let me tell you about Loom. Summer is heating up and Michigan is buzzing. Each can delivers 7.5 milligrams of real THC wrapped in bubbles. Crafted with real fruit juice and no artificial sweeteners. They're bold in flavor and low in calories and 100% hangover free. These things are perfect for the golf course, I'm telling you. It's all bubbles with no troubles. And remember, at Loom, if you use code word WSN30, you will get 30% off your order. This isn't 10, 15, 30% off your entire order with promo code WSN30. Go to www.loom.com today to check out where you can get to a store near you, or scan that QR code to check them out online. It's Loom Cannabis.
If you guys ever want to start a podcast, I promise you to never, ever use VMix.
VMix is messing up again?
It will. It's not. It's just the worst. It's literally the worst. As someone who's used multiple different systems now, between StreamYard and there's another website, like VMix, hands down, the worst.
You can do the most in it though, but the connecting stuff is annoying. Did you tell him to switch browsers?
I sent another one.
What
too,
browser is he using?
I don't know.
Because I don't think it works on Chrome.
Maybe if he tries also resetting his settings too.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe he's like 60 years old. Do you know how to do this stuff?
Fair.
That's a good question.
Fair.
Damn, I wanted to ask him about him and Terry fighting.
Yeah. Shout out to VMix. Go ahead, take over from his spin. I gotta handle this.
Okay, so going back to baseball a little bit. Not just the Tigers, or unlike the Tigers in the big leagues, their minor league teams are absolutely fucking raking. Especially one guy in particular who should be on the fast track to the major leagues, and that is Kevin McGonigal. This guy is just absolutely smoking the ball. Chris, we have a couple graphics for that I put in there. Can you throw up the Kevin McGonigal numbers on one of them? Because this dude is just absolutely raking. Obviously, he's a guy that plays the left side of the infield and he's on the Whitecaps right now. And this is from Pat Caputo. He says, Kevin McGonigal is a raking machine. He is hitting .500 with a 14.23 OPS and 36 at-bats for West Michigan. He has 8 doubles and a home run. And shout out to Pat Caputo because he truly does keep up with these prospects, unlike almost anybody in the city except for our guys at Tigers Minor League Report. But, he's got a 14.23 OPS in 36 at-bats. Get him out of Western Michigan, move him up. He's ready to go. Like, this guy is absolutely tearing the cover off the ball.
I'm not moving him just to Western Michigan to Erie, man. I'm pulling him up to Toledo tomorrow.
You think?
I would, but that's me. That's a little microwave take right here.
That's a little microwave.
But
I'm gonna rip his confidence?
Kevin McGonigal, no, dude, this guy doesn't have any flaws in his confidence. This guy is the most compact lefty swing that when you're talking about a guy that can legitimately hit 320 in the big leagues, like that's what you're looking at in Kevin McGonigal.
We might be looking at a guy that's playing himself into a top 5 MLB prospect right
Jose Altuve type guy, like when you're talking about when him in his prime, and obviously they had a couple of the, the whole trash can thing, whatever the hell, but just a over like 320 type hitter you're looking at McGonigal, and I've been surprised with the pop that he's been able to display so far this season.
Yeah.
Kevin McGonigal, you are correct when you think about a top 5 prospect soon and the number 1 prospect in the Tigers organization. That is what he's doing. He is going to exceed Max Clark here shortly when I'm assuming the new rankings come out whenever.
Yeah, I think he's going to be right up there. Like, this guy is just absolutely insane with what he's doing right now, and he's not the only one. We've got a couple more prospects that are tearing the cover off the ball for the Detroit Tigers, and one of them is Jose Briseño. We talked about him a little bit, but we've got another graphic or
Kevin one first.
Oh, the other Kevin McGonigal one?
Yes.
Yeah, here, you can put that up there.
Yeah.
It's
insane.
Kevin McGonigal. He is right now the 26th prospect in the MLB, but look at those slash lines he's putting up for the Whitecaps, dude. 464, 583, and 821 after capping off his 4-hit night. And he did hit his first home run of the season. And Max Clark has looked good as well, Luigi Gaming. He hasn't looked as good as Kevin McGonigal, but, I mean, that's nothing against Max Clark there. This guy is just absolute. Max Clark has looked very good, and he's going to be moved up to Erie very soon as well. The Whitecaps are just absolutely mashing right now. And then do you have the Jose Briseño one as well? You could throw that up as well because, Nick, we talked about Tyron Lorenzo possibly being expendable because look at what this guy Briseño is doing. This is from May 27th to June 1st. So I believe it's, a 3-game stretch or a 4-game stretch. But he was the player of the week in high A, and he had a 375 average with 6 hits and 12 RBI, including 5 home runs. This guy is just absolutely mashing, dude. These Whitecaps have to, this is high, but dude, this team is just blowing teams out. Like, could you imagine being a pitcher going up against the Whitecaps right now?
You got 3 of the top.
It's like the Dodgers.
Yeah, of high A.
It is.
No doubt about it. And yeah, I've been extremely impressed by Briseño this season. You think about 37 RBIs in 36 games, like that is straight video game type numbers. He almost has 1,000 OPS at 996, and I think with Jose Briseño now doing this is you do look at a guy like Lorenzo, who we did trade for last year and is maybe expendable. Briseño's younger than Lorenzo. Obviously, he's in just 1 grade down when it comes to high A compared to double A. But Briseño has now done this throughout the Arizona Fall League when he won the Triple Crown last season and continued to mash. And now he's finally healthy this season, and he is just mashing. So I would like to see him called up to double A soon as well, but what do they do with Lorenzo at that point? Do they switch?
I think you package Lorenzo, Jace Young, and Matt Manning or somebody. I think Lorenzo is going to be a PC move. I do. With what Briseño is doing, with what you have in Dylan Dingler, I think that Lorenzo is a piece, that you can package to get a player to help you win a World Series this year.
Wasn't he closest to getting called up now?
Yeah, he's in double A.
I like him.
That's okay. We don't need him. Like, I like Briseño better, and then obviously all of these kids. Chris Rodriguez got his first professional hit. He had a rope double.
Let's go, baby.
Dude, these guys are playing out of their mind right now, and I expect the Tigers to be buyers at the deadline. I expect the Tigers to add a piece to this team to help them win a World Series this year. And I could definitely see Lorenzo being a kind of key piece of a package to either get a third baseman or an outfielder or to get a righty bat in here.
And you're looking at, if you're giving up a guy like Lorenzo, you're legitimately looking at an all-star kind of caliber return.
Yes.
That's what happens if you're giving up a top 90 prospect in all of baseball. Switch hitting catcher Lorenzo is with a gun behind the plate. He doesn't have the best catching ability itself, but he does have an arm with it. I don't know if Scott Harris is willing to move Lorenzo, though, after just acquiring him. That's where I am still extremely curious to see what Scott Harris ultimately wants to do with this farm system. We've seen him make trades before to acquire this minor league talent. We haven't seen him dish it out quite yet. So that part's going to be big moving forward because Scott Harris is ultimately built the best farm system in baseball with all of the teams in that farm system literally like the number 1 team in the league.
And, Bryce Rayner's also got an 864 OPS, and he's almost hitting 300, and every fucking ball he hits is 97 to 114 miles an hour off the bat. Like, the guy is just on an absolute – he's a rope machine, dude.
Yeah.
He's an absolute rope factory, and he is just putting them out there. Him, McGonigal, Max Clark, obviously Lorenzo and Briseño. Like, dude, Scott Harris is fucking building an army.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to dip into that army too, because right now, not only do we have the best high A team and the best double A team and one of the best triple A teams, we have the best team in the MLB. So I think you need to go after a guy at the deadline that is going to help you, like I said, win a World Series this season. And the guy that I think you should package that trade around is Lorenzo, just because Dylan Dingler breakout year. Looks like he is going to be an all-star.
Should be
an all-star. And Briseño is, I don't think he's that far off of what Lorenzo is right now. And so
yeah, I think he's better than Lorenzo. Yeah. I think he's proven that from the fall league into this season. And super exciting time right now. If you're a Detroit, like, they don't just have the best team in baseball, they have the best minor league
They have the
system.
best organization in baseball right now. The Tigers are the best organization in baseball right now.
Incredible stuff.
It's insane.
Yeah, I didn't even think that they were going to be like this.
Nobody
and
did.
I tried to think optimistic going into this year. Broder and I actually had some great talks about what this organization's doing after the show. You guys got to check that out on Woodward Sports videos.
Shout out.
First episode of Woodward Tigs.
Shout out.
That was big.
Yeah, it's awesome to watch this Tigers team play right now. Let's go to break. We'll come back.
We'll have Rob Parker on tomorrow, hopefully around the same time.
Okay.
I think I may have known what went wrong. I'll tell you during the break.
It's fair. Tell us about merch, Chris.
Tell you about merch. Woodward Sports merch is the best merch in the game. So whether you need Tigers, Lions, Pistons, Red Wings gear, all teams, hoodies, hats, all that, right here at woodwardsports.com. Go ahead and go over to our website and then click that shop tab today and get yourself the ultimate Detroit swag.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
How do you think you won? You got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports. Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WoodwardSports.com. He's joined by Small Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, intern Derod in the building as well. Make sure you smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, Derod. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Spinny, your Michigan State Wolverines got a new AD.
Yeah.
Top 10 paid.
Yep.
AD and Jason Batts. Jay Batts is where he goes.
$50 million.
What does this mean for the Michigan State Wolverines? I mean, the football program needs this. They need the money. They need some, Nick.
Sparty.
What's your AD making?
I have no idea, but I gotta think Spenny's fucking electric about this one.
Yeah, no, this is a great fucking move by Michigan State. This guy, they fucking leaned into it. Like, this is what we're about. We're about money. College sports are about money now. And I want to read this article, or just a snippet of this article that Michigan State, the State News put out about Jay Batt and his track record and what he did, because I think this little excerpt from the article is extremely important reason. It's pretty much the reason why he got hired and why he was in such high demand. So it says, prior to taking the helm at Georgia Tech, Batt worked at the University of Alabama from 2017 to 2022, serving as the Executive Deputy Director of Athletics, Chief Operating Officer, and Chief Revenue Officer. He was responsible for guiding revenue generation, including charitable giving, ticket sales, and other revenue sources. Batt oversaw the successful development, implementation, and launch of the Crimson Standard, Alabama Athletics' 10-year, $600 million capital initiative. So this is a bag man. He goes out there and he makes money deals. Obviously, Alabama was formidable between 2017 and 2022. Obviously, he brought East Carolina into the spotlight when he was the athletic director there from 2013 to 2017, and he was doing a good job at Georgia Tech. So this is exactly what this school needed. This is exactly what my program needed. They needed a guy who is going to influence the top earners, the top money getters, the guys we talk about when you look at Tom Goris and Matt Ishbia and all of those guys, obviously Dan Gilbert. Like, these are the type of guys that he is going to be in contact with, getting money into this program. You needed to get an influx of cash into this organization. You needed to start spending money with the big dogs, and our guy Jay Batts is going to be the man to do that. He, obviously, like I said, he created, founded, and implemented a 10-year, $600 million 10-year, $600 million standard capital initiative at Alabama. Alabama is different than Michigan State. I'm not expecting that kind of return immediately, but that is what he is. He is a bag getter. He is a money getter, and that's what you need in college sports. If you want to be a team, if you want to take your franchise or your program out of poverty and make no bones about it, that's exactly what Michigan State is right now. We are a poverty football franchise, and they need to be brought up out of that. They need the program to get some cash revenue so they can go out there and they can get guys in the transfer portal and in recruitment, pay them to come here and to make them a good team again. And this is what he's going to do. So I thought it was a great hire. Obviously, he has a track record of bringing money to programs, and he's going to need to do that for Michigan State to rise up from this disgusting pit we are in right now. And hopefully he can pay enough to get Izzo that second championship.
Nick, you're shaking and sweating more than usual. What's going on?
Jesus. I'm not shaking yet. Let's see if Jonathan Smith will be here to see this go down. I mean, what are the expectations for the football team? I think the expectations for this football team.
I heard him. If Jonathan Smith doesn't make a bowl game this year, he should be fired.
What?
Absolutely. You cannot go 3 seasons without making a bowl game. We're not
3 seasons.
Yeah, we're not fucking West Lafayette. Like, this is. You got to go out there and you have to make a bowl game. That is not much to ask. That is the very bare minimum of what you got to do. And if Jonathan Smith does not make a bowl game, he should be fired flat out.
3 seasons already?
It's been 3 seasons. This will be his 3rd year. Well, this will be the 3rd year of them not making a bowl game.
Okay,
Sorry.
so this is going to be a second year.
Yeah, this will be a second year.
I think he's a little bit more leeway than that.
No.
Your program was pretty fucking beat down.
And it's pretty beat down right now, too. So, you got to go make a bowl game. You've got a guy making almost $1 million a year at quarterback. You've got a head coach you brought in here to rebuild. You did need to rebuild. You did need to retool. He's walking into a bad situation that Mel
Very
Tucker
bad
left
situation.
him, but also not bad enough to miss a bowl game for 2 consecutive seasons. You cannot allow that to happen. This is Michigan State. I'm sorry. You need to have higher expectations than that. Making a bowl game is not fucking, it's not shit. That is not nothing. That is not something that should even be fucking celebrated. But when you lack it for 3 years, yeah, you gotta fucking do it. There are hard lines that are drawn in this business. And when you're being paid what you are, when you have players that are being paid what they are, a bowl game is at very least an expectation. And if you don't make it, you need to be held accountable. You cannot go 3 years in a row without making a bowl game. You cannot do it.
Daryl Slaughter, that's fair, Spinney. Steve O'Baby, I agree, Spencer. Detroit supremacy, easy. In the era of the NIL, there's no time for rebuilding.
That is true also. Yeah,
Cartier,
you
they
rebuild
poverty
overnight.
for real. Danny G, Western football, MSU football. Lately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Past 2 years.
Yeah.
They've been like embarrassing. So
yeah, I mean, if you
I like what Coach Smith is
you
building.
have the resources.
I like what Coach Smith is building here. I like the transfer portal weapons that he brought in. You're going to have a couple explosive wide receivers to go out there with Nick Marsh, 2 guys that averaged over 17 yards per reception last year to pair with Nick Marsh on the outside. So you're going to have a more explosive offense. Obviously, we got a bunch of Samoan dudes. Like, we got literally 5 Samoan dudes in the transfer portal, so you're going to get some more grit out of this team as well. But it all comes down to Aiden Childs. You won 2 games because of Aiden Childs last year, but you also lost 2 games. I think Michigan and Boston College are both because of Aiden Childs. The Boston College one is crazy because you wouldn't have been in it without him either.
What a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that shit sucked. But he needs to be better. And I gave him slack last year because it was his first year as a starter, and he's a 19-year-old kid, and he needs some time to learn. That's over now. Like I said, you're making $800,000 a year. You don't have time to get better. You need to be better. You need to make better decisions. He's got all the talent in the world, and I truly believe he's going to be much better next year because everything that was hampering him was just bad decision making and not taking the 5 yards when you could. But he needs to be better, and this team needs to be better, flat out.
Let's go to break.
They got some good pieces in. I like the direction that Jonathan Smith has this team going when you look at their roster, and I really like Jay Batt as the hire for AD. But life comes at you fast, especially with the modern day of college football. You need to make a bowl game next year. I'm not saying the playoff. I'm saying a bowl game. That is the bare minimum. It must happen.
What about Buddy's Pizza?
Buddy's Pizza is more than the bare minimum. It's the best of the best. They've been serving it in Detroit since 1946, over 70 years. Make sure you tap in with Buddy's, buddyspizza.com. Save 10% off your order using promo code 10MEAL. Look at that pizza right there. What are you doing for dinner tonight? It's dinner time right now. I know none of you guys want to cook. I know you're lazy, you're bored. Maybe you're feeling a little sad because Frank retired. Get yourself some comfort food. Get one of those deep dish Buddy's pizzas and use promo code 10MEAL to get 10% off. It's Buddy's Pizza.
The boys of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, June 13th from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at Nemo's in Corktown for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw and Ven Johnson.
It's part beauty, part beast. It's for those who dare to be different, for those who want to stand out, and for those who are built for more. The all-new Ineos Grenadier combines strength and style for an unmatched driving experience. Sold exclusively at Feldman Ineos of Waterford.
The bad boys of Detroit sports media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
You can get a 2025 Chevy Silverado for just $199 a month, or get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $259 a month. Come visit any of Feldman's 5 Chevy locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, or Lansing. Feldman Chevrolet.
Get up in your questions surrounding the Detroit Lions and Frank Ragnow, Parker Meadows, Lorenzen, all of the above. What are the topics you guys want to make sure we cover tomorrow as well? DJ Reed. I know we kind of glossed over that one. I think that was huge for the Detroit Lions defense. I mean, just to hear about the secondary, especially with so many developmental pieces. I really think his Raxter is going to surprise a lot of people. Like, he might fuck some shit up. Because I feel like there's certain plans, certain stars in place. He's going to be one of those guys that's too fucking good.
Yeah.
Too fucking hungry to keep off the field. I got a weird feeling about it.
I mean, he kind of was last year. They were giving him nickel snaps.
They get the starting nickel snaps.
Yeah, just to get him on the field. I wouldn't be surprised either. Kid's a dog.
He's a dog. The other weird thing, too, Amik I think he's better outside. Like, just in his career, better outside. For the Detroit Lions, better outside.
Let's go, dude.
They did go in.
Yeah, I think so, too.
But you also got DJ Reed.
You also got DJ Reed and Terry Arnold.
Like, it's going to be, I don't know, man. It's going to be a wild training camp. As always, Spinning, like we say, can't wait.
Mailbag. Who starts for Ragnow? Says Runyon.
Graham Glasgow.
Graham Glasgow, I believe.
Who caught a perfect game for Jared Goff?
Steve O'Baby. Mailbag. What is Michigan State's college basketball record against Michigan's overall since Tom Izzo has been the coach of Michigan State? I'm not sure. I'd assume it's pretty good, though. But that's a Google machine question. Mail sack. I am sad 77 will be missed. Detroit supremacy. I agree. Malik Peterson. Mailbag. Why is Woodward lying about their parties? Your goat says ain't no party like a Diddy party. What say you, Easy?
Why does that mean Woodward's lying about their parties?
I don't know.
What do we lie about our parties?
I don't know. Did we say something about a party?
No clue.
Danny G. Mailbag.
We'll be at Nemo's Friday?
We will be at Nemo's next Friday.
Next Friday?
Yeah.
All right.
The 13th.
I'll have my cousin Ron pull up.
Danny G says, Mailbag, will Graham hold up at center position well until the young buck can fill the void? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, too.
I mean, if given that information that Graham was there for Goff's perfect game against, I think, a pretty talented Seattle front at the time, Jermon Jones, Byron Murphy, although I think Byron Murphy may have been out for that one. Was Leonard Williams still there at the time? He might have been hurt for that one, too, actually.
Yeah.
I guess there's some injuries in that one. But still, I guess, like, knowing that Graham did that, I think what we saw last year, and also speaking to Graham, last year has more to do with injuries than, like, a fall-off in his skill set. That doesn't mean there's, like, he is getting older. Like, I will admit that, but I think what we saw last year at the end of the year was more of injury-prone than anything to do with his skill set.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah. Woodward said, ain't no party like a Woodward party. False.
Have you ever been to a Woodward party?
Yeah, you never been to a Woodward party, brother. You're out in fucking Australia.
Fighting
off the emus and
Tailgate wins in the Woodward Sports Chat. What a loser. He says, check out the first episode of Woodward Tigers after the show. Broder and I got into a lot of pitching in episode 1.
You guys miss Broder and his baseball talk. He'll be on that show weekly.
Shout out.
Schedule that one.
Yeah, gonna do it once a week.
Well, that'll do it for us today.
to the weekend.
Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. For Easy, for Nick, for Chris, I am Spencer. We're the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the Tigers game tonight. Let's go Tigers! And Frank, again, thank you for everything. Everything you did for the team, everything you did for the city. You'll be missed, brother. Enjoy retirement and go catch some hogs on the lake. Peace.